Guys, welcome to Pouco Mais podcast, our first episode finally happening.
Episode número uno.
Yeah, so I'm Vivi, or Viviane de Castro.
I'm Victor, or Victor Castro.
Yeah, so we're siblings. We're doing our first episode of Pouco Mais. We put out our first trailer maybe a month and a half ago. It's taken a little bit of time.
We did it back in New York. We actually did it back in New York. We had to get some things set up for us. We finally got a studio. We got the cameras. We got the whole setup.
Yeah,
we're ready to go. We're going to have a great podcast season this year.
Yeah, so stick along, stay along, stick around, however you say that, and enjoy the episode. I mean, I've been here for a year and a half, or not a year and a half. I've been here for a year and 2 months or something.
Yeah, a year and change.
Yeah, and then you made the decision to come in February of this year, I think, around February or March.
There. Yeah.
Which is crazy because I remember the FaceTime call that you and Mom actually, you guys called and you're like, I'm coming to Madrid. And I was like,
yeah, I know.
What do you mean you're coming to Madrid?
I made the decision to come, and I knew it was the right decision because, I mean, look where we're at now. I mean, it took us a month. So I've been here for a month and a half. We got a nice little studio space. We can hang up our jerseys. We got camera equipment. We got the lighting. We got everything now. And just going to keep it going. And we're gonna have a dope season this year.
I know.
But talking about Madrid, the first day that I got here, honestly, that was crazy culture shock.
Really
I was crazy jet lagged. We went straight to Mercadona on the train. Shout out to Mercadona.
The jamon, he got weak in the knees.
Yeah, I was
he fell over.
Yeah, so Viviane made a reel, right? Talk about the reel that you made.
So basically, I had work that I had to get to by 4 p.m. or something.
Yeah, and we landed around 12.
Victor and Gabby landed around 12.
And we were starving.
Yeah, and also jet lagged. So it was 6 a.m. starving. I'm hungover. It was a mess. And then I'm like, why don't we, you guys take the metro with me and just take me to work?
Yeah.
And before that, we also went to a little Spanish little restaurant.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did have a great lunch.
And then we went to, you guys dropped me off at work.
Yeah, but we went to Mercadona before that, remember?
Did we?
Either way, we ended up in Mercadona.
Either way.
When we ended up in Mercadona, this beautiful supermarket in Spain, in Madrid, and
I'm sure you guys have heard about it.
Roll the clip of when I was weak in the knees and I saw all this jamon ibérico.
And
so good.
Do you want it or not?
So good.
Okay, so then I put the clip of Mercadona, but then I put the clip of you in the metro.
Sauce.
It's my brother's first day in Madrid. He doesn't know how to act.
He's surprised. Keep freaking looking at me. What the fuck is this?
The Knicks shirt, I can't.
The Knicks shirt. Freaking Subway creatures over here. They don't have any creatures. I'll be a creature tonight. This guy just doesn't know how to say excuse me. These guys are what the fuck? Do they have social anxiety? You're outside running. Why don't you talk to me? Say excuse me.
Again, you guys just saw the video, but basically, the New York subway is a lot different than the metro system
a lot more hectic.
In Madrid. Here, in Madrid, people just
are very.
They just say.
I don't know. They're very conservative and quiet, and you make one noise, one peep, they start looking at you.
Literally.
You.
Yeah. So then Victor.
Yeah.
New York, he just got to Madrid.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, why are these people looking at me?
I was like, why do people keep staring at me? I said, where are the subway creatures?
So basically this video, all the comments, it got so many views. So many views.
Yeah.
On Instagram and TikTok. People ripped you apart.
Ripped me apart.
So let's give you the opportunity for you to talk about why you love Madrid. Because people think
we need to talk about, we need to give love to Madrid. But people don't realize that, I wasn't shitting on Madrid.
Yeah, no.
It was just it was just my first day there, just being reaction, the funny banter and whatever.
Exactly.
And then shout out to what was it called?
And then there was
publication?
an article.
Yeah. El
something. We'll also show that what it was.
Yeah. Right here.
So they wrote an article about him. And then that's when your mindset changed, I mean, from my perspective, I think you felt like you were an outcast in Madrid.
Yeah, I mean, the adjustments were a little bit tough because I don't know, the behavior here is a little bit different. It's a lot quieter. It's a little bit more, I don't want to say it's more respectful, but it's just a little bit more.
It's just very boxy. Like
yeah,
everything
very
is in the
confined.
box.
Yeah, and sometimes, of course, you come from a place in New York, from Manhattan. You got to assimilate. You got to adjust to different places. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. Some of the things that I've loved about Madrid are the architecture, the parks,
The jamon.
the jamon, the jamon.
No, literally.
The food's amazing. The supermarkets are beautiful. You know, like it's not like the U.S. where like so many things are processed food and everything. You know what I think is really cute too, like adorable in New York.
In New
or
York
New
or
York,
here?
sorry, not New York. In
Here.
Madrid. All the little playgrounds for the kids.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
you
it's like
told me
adorable
this.
how all the little fences are
Yeah.
colorful little fences. I think
yeah.
I think it's just a nice little thing that I
It's-
noticed in
I
Madrid.
think like it's just like very wholesome. Like
Yeah.
Madrid is very wholesome, and I think we were talking about this yesterday, but I love New York with all my heart, but there's like certain things that I get here in Madrid that I don't get in New York.
Yeah.
And the safety, the cleanliness on the metro, like all
Yeah.
those things are so important, and I don't feel like that. Like when I
No,
went
yeah.
home, when we shot the sizzle that we were talking about, like that I went to surprise my mom for her birthday. We did our podcast promo, all that stuff for Um Pouco Mais. But it was the first time where I was like, I feel like I'm going back home to Madrid rather than like, oh, I'm going back where.
Yeah, you were excited to come
Yeah,
back.
I was excited. I was like,
You have a life out
this is
here,
my home.
and now we have a life out here.
Exactly.
You
Now it's us and Um Pouco Mais.
know, pouco mais. Tamo junto, caralho.
Tamo junto.
But yeah, honestly, very happy to be here in Madrid. But we wouldn't be here without the opportunity to follow Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And
The whole point of us
of this-
being here
yeah.
is Real Madrid.
It really
I feel
is.
Like. And also, a lot of people don't know this, but like, I truly became a Madridista when I got to Madrid.
Yeah.
You've been a Madridista for a while. So how did
Good
you?
amount.
By the way, how did you become a Real Madrid fan? I've asked you this once, but I know it has to do a little bit with Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano, but I would say a
But-
little bit more when I was younger. Foi Ronaldo Nazário, o fenômeno. Sempre foi meu ídolo,
Yeah.
right? He's been my idol since, you know, as a little kid. Like his first, you know, the cleats that they're releasing, right, re-releasing with Vinny on the cover. Those
Yeah,
were
I
the
saw
R9 silver cleats that I used to have too when I was little.
Yeah.
So like,
we were talking to Dad about that, right?
yeah, we were talking about that recently. But yeah, I mean, Ronaldo Nazário, Roberto Carlos, Kaká for a little bit of
Yep.
time, but Cristiano Ronaldo, obviously,
Yeah,
legend.
Yeah.
like you
Huge impact.
can't go wrong with him. You can't go wrong with this guy. But also, Vinny Jr. Rodrigo, Endrick, Militão.
Yeah.
Real Madrid has always surrounded their team with Brazilians throughout time.
And
you know?
I think something that, I mean, people probably are already going to know, but we're Brazilian.
Yeah.
So, like, a huge part of who we are is that Brazilian side.
Yeah.
And so I was going to say, like, when I got here, again, like, I came to do my master's,
Right.
you know, the sports journalism and communications. Like, that was my whole point to move here, was to, like, move my career in that direction. And then once I found the opportunity with Real Madrid, I was like, that's amazing. Like, if I
Yeah.
have on my CV, journalism and sports,
Greatest football team
Real
in the
Madrid.
world.
That's why I always tell people, I'm like, you don't have to be a Madridista. You don't have to like Real Madrid, but you're going to respect Real
Yeah.
Madrid because it's the best club in the world. And that is just a
Yeah.
fact. And so then once I was around the sports and even you, like, I'm sure we'll talk about your first Bernabeu experience too, because that's crazy. But like when I entered the Bernabeu, when I saw the Madridistas here, like on the streets before games, that's when
The
I
grada
really,
section.
the grada, making friends around Real Madrid, that's like truly when I actually became a Madridista, because I started to like feel the love for the club instead of like just watch a game, if that makes
Also,
sense.
I don't know if you know this, but Real Madrid's biggest audience outside of Spain is Brazil. So this is like a huge opportunity for us to even try to practice our Portuguese a little bit more. Sorry that we're not speaking Portuguese right now. The English
a
is a
gente
little...
fala
a gente fala português, mas o inglês sai mais natural, né?
O inglês sai, o português às vezes assim, eu fico meio travada, sabe?
Então, é isso. Nós somos brasileiros, we're from New York, and we're Madridistas.
And that's what Um
Yeah.
Pouco Mais is.
Yeah, that's what Um Pouco Mais, and we're just going to bring you the culture of what we're experiencing
Yeah,
here in
just
Madrid.
a little more. Like, a la Madrid,
Yeah.
y nada más,
Mais
mais
pouco mais.
mais.
So
Oh,
let's
yeah,
just get down to
yeah,
business. Basically, I think we want to cover the overall atmosphere of Real Madrid right now, how they're doing so far this
Yeah.
season.
In comparison maybe to other
Yeah,
seasons.
in comparison to maybe other seasons, to obviously cover some of the injuries
Yep.
that have been really making us suffer, like the lack of rest time between
the difference in
different
this
games,
season.
Champions League, different cups, different preseason games. These
And
players
the
don't have
international
rest.
breaks,
And the
too.
international breaks, of course.
I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. The biggest things: injuries.
Yeah,
Mbappe is here.
yeah.
Real Madrid this
Their
season
status right now.
compared to other seasons.
Yeah,
And I think those are like huge.
yeah.
Obviously.
So let me just start with this.
Yeah.
So Real Madrid right now, 24th in the Champions League table.
Yeah.
They've lost 3 out of the last 5 games in Champions
And
League.
arguably
I don't think
teams
this
that-
has ever happened in their career.
And to teams that possibly should have been.
Oh, to teams that we should have clearly won.
Yeah.
One of them, I was there at the Champions League game against AC Milan. Real Madrid hosted AC Milan.
Yep.
AC Milan, honestly, they balled out and they played really well.
It wasn't just Real Madrid didn't play well. It was the other
The whole,
teams
yeah,
truly.
they
AC
truly
Milan was
played
good.
well.
AC Milan
I could hear
was
the AC
good.
Milan fans way more. I remember I posted that photo with the fans in black and white. They're
Yeah.
cheering. That whole section looked like it was more hyped than the whole stadium.
Yeah.
I've never seen that in Bernabeu so far. And I've been to 3, 4 games so far this season. So let's just right off the bat, I'm going to list some of the injuries.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest or one of the biggest losses this season was Carvajal, Danny Carvajal.
Yep.
He's a legend. He's won so many titles with the team. He's one of the captains of the team. Champions League final MVP last year. The guy's the shortest guy in the box, and he's able to head the
but
ball in
he's
on a corner. He's amazing.
heart.
He's got the biggest heart. He just won the Euro Cup too.
Yeah.
The guy's a legend, but he tore his ACL and he's out for the whole season. Another loss, Eder Militão. As a Brazilian, my heart just dropped when I've never been in a
remember
match.
you
I've never been in a match, in a live match, where I've seen someone had to be carried out on a stretcher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my heart just dropped. Just, being an athlete, knowing what an injury feels like, going through a surgery before, and being a Brazilian, I was just like, I just felt for the guy. You know what I'm saying? I almost teared because the
Yeah.
guy's 26, he's younger than me, and he's got an ACL tear in both knees.
Well, the thing is also he missed. He
missed so much last
He
season.
was part of a very crucial part of the season, the ending
the
of
end
last
of the
season.
season,
Obviously
yes.
for La Liga, Champions League, all those things.
Yeah.
Or Champions League final, all those things. But he was gone for how long? I don't even.
Basically the whole season.
Exactly.
He
And
got the ACL tear in the first game of the season in La Liga, and then he missed the whole season basically, and now he's going to miss the rest of the season because of this injury.
Exactly. And I think sometimes the harder part also is the mental part of the injury. Because it's like, what the hell? I just did so much work to get back.
Yeah.
What am I doing? What's the point? Like,
No, I know.
what if this happens again? All these things.
No, there's so many things that I'm sure plays in the mind of an athlete. I would say another crucial loss that I don't think people are talking about as much, but Juan Martinez, who was in the academy Castilla system, he played in the preseason in the U.S. tour, and he was in like top form. The kid's like 17, and he was looking like a young Sergio Ramos, and then he also another injury. He could have been a great sub. He could have just been great for us this season. But on a positive note, David Alaba's coming back.
Vinny has had his injuries. Rodrigo, injury, came back.
Yeah,
Injury, came
Rodrigo
back.
he just hasn't found the rhythm.
Mendy was out.
Yeah, Mendy's going to be out now.
He's back. But
So our defense has just been, making so many adjustments.
Yeah.
We've brought in Valverde. Valverde's had to play. He's been playing like a Valverde. He's been playing like a monster, and he's been playing a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
Like he's playing the whole game, every game, and I'm just like worried about in the endurance and everything.
Yeah.
He's been playing as a right back, as a holding mid, attacking mid, a winger. He's done everything.
Well, it reminds me of Camavinga last season. Of people would like make those jokes or the memes like Camavinga is everywhere. Like Camavinga will literally be the goalie.
I mean, I trust Valverde, but we need to have.
I think he's a very solid, consistent player.
Yeah.
And I think, but the lack now is on the outside backs.
Yeah, just outside backs. You know, Lucas Vazquez was injured too, and then we had to put Valverde in, or that Mendy's injured, so we have to limit ourselves to just Fran Garcia.
Yeah.
Or we might have to. He's been playing
very
well.
Impressed
He's been
with
playing
this
well
season.
this season.
I'm not gonna lie.
He's been playing well.
Last season when he'd go in, I would be like, oh, Fran, what are you
Fran,
doing?
come on. Fran.
But like this year, no, he's been doing really well. I think he's been a lot more kind of like a threat, because obviously if you're playing a wing back, like you're making runs up and down that field.
Yeah.
And I don't ever
honestly,
want to play that position ever again in my life.
In my opinion, I feel like we're in trouble. We need a little bit.
Yeah.
We need more.
But I'm saying he stepped up since
he's
how
definitely stepped
he played
up.
last year.
So yeah, all these injuries have been happening. In my opinion, I feel like it's because of the lack of rest. You know, all the games that they're playing, the cup games, the international breaks, and everything.
Yeah.
Their bodies are just
They're
overworked right
of
now.
course. And I think mentally too, like it's not just about like your physical rest. Like if you're not mentally rest, girl, bye-bye.
I want to shift over to like our status right now in the La Liga too. You know, we sit at second place with 36 points, 2 points behind Barcelona.
This win against Girona was good. It closed the gap.
Yeah.
So we got the 3 points.
Yeah, we got 3-0. But also I think we should try to compare where they're sitting at 36 points at this point in time compared to maybe the last 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah, okay, so let's see. After 16 matches in La Liga in previous years, 2023-24 last season, they had 39 points. 22-23 season, 38 points. 21-22 season, 39 points. A lot lower, 20-21 season to 31 points. And then season of 19 to 20, similar to where we are now, 35 points.
Yeah.
So obviously, in the past 4 years, 19 to 21 was on the lower side.
Yeah.
But the past 2 years, 39, 38, and 39
it's basically
points.
a difference of 1 win. So honestly, looking back at these past season comparisons, it makes me a little bit, I feel a little bit more calm thinking about our outcome at the end of La Liga season. I think I'm a little bit more nervous about the status in Champions League, because as I said before, we're sitting at 24th on the table. So with these next 3 games, this next game versus Atalanta, you mentioned that Vinny and Rodrigo, they're going to be back in the lineup.
Yeah.
They should be starting.
I saw a photo of them today on the plane.
They're good.
They're together.
They're together on the plane. You love it when they're all dressed in their in their suits together as a team. They look classy. They're ready to go.
They're ready.
What do you think of Rodrigo? What do you think Rodrigo needs to bring to this next game?
I'm assuming Rodrigo will not play very much.
You think he won't start?
I don't think. I think he'll start. No, I think he will.
Okay.
Sorry, I was thinking about it. I was like really thinking about it.
You think he'll start?
I think he'll start. I don't think because of where he's been at with his injuries, I don't think he's gonna be ready to play the entire.
Maybe he'll be capped out like at 60 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be able
minutes.
to play the entire time. I think
But he needs a goal. He really needs a goal.
I think also for his confidence, he needs a goal. Obviously, for just points-wise, that'd be great, a goal.
Yeah.
But I think when he's not playing, we lack a lot of like technical ability on
and
the
Vinny.
attack.
Him and Vinny.
Exactly. And I think the chemistry, like whether people want to say, like, I don't know. I know like people might think this is stupid, but like that Brazilian chemistry, like it's real.
No,
like, it's true. It's real.
Bonito.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like the two need. Well, we know that something has to be figured out also with Mbappe up there too. And the thing is, obviously, Mbappe and Vinny are playing. They have the same position.
Yeah, they play.
So then it's like, where do we put people? Then we have Jude, who's a huge body in the middle, who makes everything work.
Jude is really picking up his game. He's been scoring a ton of goals recently. He's a man.
Yeah.
He's becoming the man this season. He had a little slow start, but I think Jude is really coming to his own this season.
Yeah, Mbappinho.
Mbappinho.
We gotta talk about you. Bonjour. This is really funny though. I don't know if it's funny, actually, but it's all over TikTok.
Go ahead.
I don't know if it's really that funny, but he was like, I used to be in love with actually, wait, I don't know I used to be in love with a woman.
Oh, yeah, he did say that he was in love with a woman, but
now I hope to love again, or something like that, along those lines.
I guess his heart was broken.
Yeah, and then everyone in the comments being like, this man is losing off the field. He doesn't know what to do on the field. Like, it's all because of this. And I'm like, guys, really? Mbappe, what's going on?
Mbappe, what's going on?
That was just funny to see because, like, apparently, like, the interview, again, like, it was in French, and so I saw the, like, translation of, like, what he said to things. But, like, the questions were all over the place. Like, what are you talking about? I used to be in love with a woman, now I'm not.
Well, I mean, it's funny that you're focusing on that part.
It was just
I
funny.
hope his heart is okay.
It's all over my For You page.
Because I'm worried more about his feet in the game, you know?
But if his heart isn't good, his feet ain't going to be good either.
You're right.
It's true.
Tá certo. All right, but let's talk about Mbappe.
Not his heart, his feet. Okay.
11 goals this season out of the 21 matches.
Well, I guess, what do you think?
No, but hold on. Let me talk about. let me just list these out real quick, right? But he's missed 2 penalty kicks, one against Liverpool and one against Atletico Bilbao. I don't understand how you do that. You missed 2. I mean, you've done it before.
I was like, I have trauma, and I lost PKs in college Division 3.
Yeah,
and I was like, I can't imagine being.
But how do you can't miss two back-to-back?
I did.
PKs. Yeah, but Mbappe can't. Number 9 on Real Madrid cannot miss.
What number was I?
Yeah, number 9 also. But you can't miss 2 back-to-back PKs. And he kicked it the same way. Like, you see it in the hips.
Yeah,
you know where the ball was going. You know where the ball was going.
It's fine.
But, you know, the struggling team chemistry, you touched on him and Vinny basically playing the same positions. Mm-hmm. He's only scored 1 goal in Champions League, though.
Yeah.
1 goal. And that was in the first game against Stuttgart. I hope
Good pronunciation.
I hope I pronounced that right. Stuttgart. He scored, apart from a penalty goal against Real Sociedad, a goal against Girona. Mm-hmm. All Mbappe's goals in La Liga have been against teams in the second half of the table.
Yeah.
So in games against crucial teams, like we lost 4-0 to Barcelona at home.
That was crazy.
Terrible feeling.
That was
Crazy. So where's Mbappe there? Yeah. You know?
Oh,
Atletico Bilbao.
He wasn't there.
Atletico Bilbao, he missed a penalty kick. Mm-hmm. Just in the La Liga matches against
it's not
teams
even missing penalty kicks. Do you remember how many shots that were just like...
Shots on goal. He's just shooting. Yeah. He's shooting straight at the goalie's hands almost half the time. It's like he's barely placing the ball on the side of the net. Mm-hmm. But honestly, like I'm really worried about him. I'm actually really worried. If he doesn't start picking things up,
I'm really worried about him.
I am worried. You talked about his broken heart. I didn't even know about his broken heart. I'm sorry, Mbappe. Mbappe.
Now I'm
But I hope it doesn't get to the point where Mbappe needs to get put on the bench.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think it's going to get to that point.
As a Brazilian, I just want to touch on Endrick. Let the man play, you know? Like, he has not been getting enough minutes. I understand that he hasn't really capitalized on the minutes he's had, but he needs a little bit more.
He's not getting the chance
bit more. Look at all the chances that Arda Güler gets.
No, but Arda now is getting those chances. Last year, Arda barely got those chances last year.
Yeah, I know.
And I know he's young and he just
First year is really tough. But, you know, if Mbappe doesn't start figuring things out, give
broken feet, broken heart. Sorry.
Give your boy Endrick a try. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. And I think also Endrick is really hungry for it because I think something for me when I watch Arda play, something that's missing when I watch him play is like the hunger, the desire. Mm-hmm. Like for example, when I watch you play, or like when I used to watch you play, like that's something I lack too. I don't have the motivation, the drive, you lose the ball, like you get it back in 2 seconds. Like, cause that's how much time you have to get it back. Like you're not going to get it back when it's back in the net with your goalie. Mm-hmm. No. So I think Arda needs to be a little stronger on the ball. I think he's obviously a smaller player.
But
him and Endrick.
He scored such an amazing goal.
Technically, Arda is an amazing player.
Yeah.
Like when I watch him play,
but
he can dribble so many people.
Endrick needs those chances too.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Let him out.
I'll take it up with the coach.
You'll take it up with Ancelotti?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I just need him.
So, next game, we're playing against Atalanta.
Yep.
Tuesday, 9 p.m. our time in Madrid. It's going to be at Atalanta.
Atalanta.
Atalanta,
Guys, we're
not
Italian.
Atlanta,
We're
Georgia.
allowed to do
not
that.
Atlanta, Georgia. Atalanta.
I did say Atlanta in
Yeah,
my
you did
video,
say Atlanta
and
in
I
your
got
last video.
ripped apart.
When they played against each other in the Super Cup. Real Madrid won.
2-0.
2-0. So let's see.
Valverde scored.
Valverde scored.
And Mbappé.
And
I think
Mbappé.
that was his.
Right, that was his first goal for Real Madrid. So let's see if Mbappé could have a good game, Rodrigo could have a good game. But I want you to tell me the score here.
Okay.
Is Real Madrid going to win?
I think it's going to be 2-1.
2-1? Close game?
Yeah, I think it will be. Just because of what's been happening. The injury thing, I think, is the biggest part, and the literal exhaustion.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be a big factor. But I think because Atalanta, the last time they played, obviously at Bernabeu, Real Madrid winning the Super Cup, Atalanta has a lot.
I have to pee so bad.
Oh, not now. Is that what you said? We have to wrap this up?
We got to wrap this up. I got to go.
Back to Atalanta. I think Real Madrid has everything to lose in the next game.
Yeah, so
and
they better
Atalanta
play
has
with their
everything
hearts
to
out, and they
gain.
got to leave everything out on the table, leave everything out on the field.
Yeah.
And you think it's going to be 2-1?
Well, what
I
happens?
think it's going to be a repeated 2-0.
2-0. But also, this next game is very important for Champions League because what happens?
Yeah, we're going to be out. We need to win every game.
Exactly.
Next 3 games, 9 points, get us into the next stage.
Yeah.
And I hope that we do win this next game.
That was fun.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
everybody.
you. Guys, thanks for
you.
patiently waiting for our first episode. Again, we apologize for the delay, but never again.
Yeah.
We're here to stay.
We're here to stay. We're going to have weekly episodes. And I hope you subscribe, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's going to be a good ride.
Also, we have been posting lots of content besides our podcast content.
Yeah.
So stick around for the interviews, your
some of the behind the, of course, the
videography,
the editing. Everything's going to be mashed into one to our Um Pouco Mais platform.
Yeah. So we'll catch you on the next episode.
See you on episode 2. Falou.
Vai, Curi!